You're tuned into All Too Real 2. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by all2real2.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, where is law enforcement present in this movie ever at one point in time doing very important and dangerous, potentially illegal work in Cardiff?
That's a name.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely a name.
It is.
Yes, movie.
Movie, definitely.
Yeah, we review them here, you know?
Yep, sure do.
Yeah, and today on the show, we are covering quite possibly the greatest film since Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Yes. A film called Angels Revenge, or Angels Brigade, or also known as Angels Brigade, or Seven from Heaven. That was the original title.
So that's why the whole seven. What about Renegade? Was that also a title at one point?
I don't know, but those are the ones that Wikipedia lists as
Seven from Heaven. That sounds more like a drama, almost like an angel type of movie. So that's probably why they did call it that.
Well, I mean, it reminds me of Seventh Heaven, which came out later, which was but
totally different type of.
Yes.
Although there was that one episode with the gun, so you know.
Yeah. Or the random.
Or the random gang when the girl is part of the rough gang, or
yeah.
Somehow
part of a gang.
Like a really bad, not like Pete from like Buttercream gang shit, where like he stole some Pop-Tarts from the corner store. Like we're talking about like knives, switchblades, drugs, money, cash, just like around, like.
I mean, our listeners may know I moved out of Toledo to a smaller town, and the main reason I did that is because there were so many gangs in Toledo going into corner stores and stealing Pop-Tarts that you just couldn't live there anymore. It was so dangerous.
It was dangerous.
Yes.
All of your Pop-Tarts are gone. What are you going to do? I mean,
dangerous big city, Yeah, you couldn't get Pop-Tarts, couldn't get the
shitty flavors. They didn't want to steal those. So you were left birthday cake flavor or something like that, or
you were left with like the unfrosted ones, the
unfrosted blueberry or something like that. Nobody wanted that really, except like 10 people. But so yeah, you can get those, but kiss strawberry frosted chocolate, just regular, but also s'mores. I like them both personally.
Yes.
Say goodbye to the cherry, frosted cherry. I'm getting hungry Pop-Tarts now. I haven't had Pop-Tarts in 6 months, so.
Yeah, me either. I don't know
what you did. There's like certain foods that I won't eat for like an entire year, and all of a sudden, that's all I want to eat. Like Fruity Pebbles, for example, or Captain Crunch, or some shit stuff I'm not even really at all interested in for the most part. And then suddenly it's like I got to go get Pop-Tarts now. Sorry.
I had that recently, and I still haven't gotten it. Like I've had a craving for Cheetos And I've never even liked Cheetos that much, but I've had a craving for them, so it's kind of weird.
I love the crunchiness of it. So
Yeah.
You know what else is crunchy? All of the stuff that happens in this movie. Lots of crunching sound from cars and other
over the top cartoon type sounds when people are fighting and stuff. Yeah, it's great. So, Angel's Revenge, the version we saw of the movie is titled Angel's Revenge. Is a 1979 film where the log line is 6 sexy women and a teenage girl devastate a right-wing militia before doing battle with ruthless drug pushers.
That's not even very... Okay. That's technically true, but that's not really what it's about. The right-wing militia part is really not even that important to the plot.
Yeah.
Really. It's barely... It's like 10 minutes long as the movie or something like that.
We'll get to that, and I've got my...
But that's a rough 1979, because I could have sworn that was like the way it looked. Like, I was thinking 1972, 1973 at the latest.
This was directed by Greydon Clark, who is known for other movies like Black Shampoo, Joysticks, which I want to cover in the future because I've seen a trailer for it and it looks unhinged.
Bad, nice.
Yeah. Satan's Cheerleaders.
Oh, we got to definitely do that for Halloween or something like that.
Yeah. Final Justice, Uninvited, Skinheads, The Forbidden Dance, Dance Macabre. I don't know. He's still alive, I think. I'm not sure though. But anyways, that's what he was the director. He also co-wrote the film with Elvin L. Fast, who is known for writing Black Shampoo, Satan's Cheerleaders, Angel Brigade, and a movie called Bummer, a movie called Tom, and a movie called Eaten Alive.
Oh boy.
Angels Brigade or Angel's Revenge is the last movie he wrote. You got to go out on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like your swan song. But Joysticks, I mean, it's got very low Rotten Tomatoes rating. But I went to the Wikipedia. The budget was $300,000 and it made almost $4 million. So that's like, I don't even know how many times that is of the budget that it cost to make. But
it was one of those like teen sex comedy things, I think, at the time.
That's what it says. Yeah, basically. Those, one of those things.
So your initial, I forgot to mention who stars in this movie here for our fans here. If they're interested.
Right.
We have Jacqulin Cole, I'm sorry, as April Thomas, Terry Grant, Sylvia Anderson as Terry Grant, Liu Chin as Keiko, Liz Greer as Trish, Robin Greer as policewoman Elaine Brenner, got Susan Kiger as Michelle Wilson, Noella Velasco as Maria. And then here's where we get to the interesting people in this movie. Mm-hmm. Jack Palance is Mike Farrell. Curly from City Slickers and one of the villains in Batman and among other things, Also, he was in Shane, he was in somehow he's in this movie.
I mean, we got like Peter Lawford. Anyway, sorry, go on. You're the one that talked about the cast, yeah.
We got Peter Lawford. We've got 2 people from Gilligan's Island. Got Jim Backus and Alan Hale Jr. We got the skipper and Mr. Howell both in this movie. Neville Brand. We got Pat Buttram, who people know from like Green Acres and other things. Got Arthur Godfrey playing himself. It's just an interesting group of like random like cameos, I guess.
Yeah.
With the exception of Jack Palance, who has like a substantial role. But so what are your initial thoughts here of this movie?
It's okay. It's a good movie to watch, to kind of make fun of, or just to kind of bask in its absurdity. Yeah. For example, I didn't know this at the time, but they covered this on Mystery Science Theater 3000 back in the day. That's not why I didn't know that until today, actually.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch a review after the fact. But this is how absurd this movie is. So I started watching it on my phone. So I didn't even give it the courtesy to watch it on a computer or TV. Phone, no headphones, phone speaker, and got interrupted to go to my niece's softball game, and then was watching it on the ride to the game, and then some of it during the game, some of it on the way back, and then the final 10 minutes I did do on the TV. So, so, I'm just trying to insert my time.
It took me three sittings to watch it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and I got distracted so many times watching it, like I couldn't pay attention.
yeah, I got distracted a few times too. I was kind of zoned out. I would get captivated for a while, and then the scene would just kind of go on, drag on, and then I would just kind of like forget what I was watching and be like, oh yeah, this is right. This is where they're at the quote militia. I guess it wasn't really militia. I mean, it seemed like they were kind of a bunch of buffoons, but it's definitely a movie I would watch in like the middle of the night if like I just want to watch something to make fun of, or just kind of think it's funny in like the wrong way, like it's not supposed to be funny, but how terrible it is.
Yeah.
No offense to the actors, I mean, again, it's like sometimes the actors themselves aren't bad, but it's like the overall situation just kind of comes together in a way, and sometimes you can't really dictate how it how it sounds.
Pretty much our Seven from Heaven chicks are are like models and Playboy playmates. So
it's weird because sometimes they were acting terribly,
no,
and other times they're acting good. So it's like, I don't really know where the disconnect was.
Yeah.
On that, maybe they didn't know some of their lines at first. They were just told to like hurry up and record or whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty sure
could be the direction.
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing too. Here is the fact that the cinematography in this film. The cinematographer was Dean Cundy.
Okay.
Who he is known for working. So he's known for working with John Carpenter, Robert Zemeckis. He was the cinematographer for like the Back to the Future movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Halloween, Escape from New York, Halloween 2, The Thing, Halloween 3, Big Trouble in Little China, Psycho 2, Roadhouse, Jurassic Park, and then he made his directorial debut with a good old All Too Real 2 classic, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah. He also shot the Adam Sandler Jack and Jill.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But yeah, but he also he shot like Apollo 13. I mean, that's one of the most beautiful movies shot. It's like
very hit or miss with them, basically. Yeah.
But well, actually, I mean, most of his career is pretty good. I mean, you got The Fog and Escape from New York and Halloween and The Thing and Big Trouble in Little China and stuff like that, and Jurassic Park and Apollo 13 and stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah. So yeah, what goes down in this movie here, Sesame?
So the first 10 minutes or so, maybe almost like the first 13 minutes, we're at this they're basically taking out like a compound, and like they each woman is doing something different to distract the guards or do whatever to get inside. There's a bunch of explosions, people shooting. I got kind of confused for a second because I thought a woman got killed by one of the guards, but then it seemed like she came back, or is that a different one? I don't really know exactly what happened.
Came back. It was like a fake out.
So she didn't really die, but she just stayed in the thing for a while for no apparent reason. I don't know. Maybe she killed the guy and was just like looking at his dead body for a few minutes, admiring her work, or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
And so this goes on for about 13 minutes, and at one point, one of the main characters is told to jump into their van. They got a van. He's like, just jump, and she's like kind of scared of heights. Like, jump, and then like right before she's a jump, it freeze frames.
Yeah,
it literally is the meme. Like sometimes you see like a Facebook or social media there's a meme where it says like record scratch. I bet you wonder how I ended up in this situation. This literally is in the movie though. Like that's not a meme. Like this actually is in the movie where she's like I bet you're wondering how I end up here or something like that. Along those lines.
So I started watching the original version of the movie because they edited it for this version.
Right. Okay.
The regular version tells the story in chronological order.
Okay,
but it doesn't do this. Like this scene happened in the middle of the movie originally.
I mean, it makes sense that it would happen in the middle of the movie. That's probably why they had to then do the.
I still have I have no idea why they edited it this way, unless they just wanted to have like a big action sequence at the beginning of the movie, which would make sense.
To, like hook you in, something like that. And so she's like, I'll take you back, whatever at the beginning. And then she's a high school teacher, I think, maybe junior high, and there's a drug dealer who's been getting some of her students hooked on drugs, and so she wants to essentially stop him from doing it. And so she like almost immediately like escalates the situation into like, I made a plan. We're going to fucking bomb the shit out of this compound that makes all the drugs. And it's like, whoa, like maybe like settle down. Let's figure out now here. And it's like, no, I know exactly who I'm gonna recruit. And it's like, okay, like you did all this research and all these different women from different backgrounds just know they exist somehow. And you're like, I'm gonna get all of them to join my team. And then there's this one scene too where the guy this kid wants to buy drugs, he doesn't have any money, so he wants to like give him like, like I don't know, a ring or something like that. And the guy's like, no, I don't do collateral, just come back with cash and then we'll deal. So the kid like hits him over the head with like a glass bottle and steals his drugs. I'm like, wow, this is pretty intense. And then the drug dealer, he's got a boss. It's one of these things where the boss has a boss, the boss has a boss, the boss has a boss, type of situation.
Yeah, and
that whole thing where it just escalates up to the top. And so his boss is like, hey, you're a fucking idiot. You let a kid beat you up and stole your drugs. Like, let's go find him. And so they finally find the kid. He literally throws him against the brick wall, falls down. He kicks the kid one time. I need to emphasize that because there's a line later on in the movie. I need to emphasize one time. Wasn't even that hard of a kick. Then the guy's like, hey, don't beat him up too bad. Like we don't want to kill the kid, like we just want to, teach him a lesson or whatever. So he's like, fine, whatever. And then so what really set off the thing, like we need to go kill these motherfuckers, was because it's some poor kid. No one should. Some poor thing is beat up that badly. He was picked one time in the side. What are you talking about? His bones made of like what is it?
I mean, the kid never even talks, so it's kind of weird. But
I don't think he talked once, does he? No, he doesn't have a single line in the movie. But yeah, he got.
We also had you forgot the best scene in the whole movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a singing scene at in Las Vegas for some reason.
Actually, I kind of like that song. Actually,
that's Susan Kiger who sang that and everything. She was the Playboy playmate like shortly before the movie came out or something. So
I mean, she's
trying to
one of those 1970s women.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make them like that. They don't even notice though. People look so much, not just women, people in general look so much different. Like it's almost like we evolved or devolved. Like we don't look anything like people from like 50 fucking years ago. Like what happened to the human race that we're changing? Because like I sometimes I watch these movies, I'm like, I don't think I've seen a single actor or actress who looks like any of these people at all. Like, you just mean that nobody just happens to look similar to these people, or they're just not being, hired or whatever? Like,
a lot of it boils down to the fact that most people are cast now and everybody has the same perfect teeth, everybody has the same, it's just like the same look almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially women.
Right, yeah. So that's like a really hard thing for them too, because like, oh shit, I gotta compete with like 80 other women, same exact thing going on, look and style, whatever. So yeah, so basically she's like, okay, we're gonna kill all these motherfuckers. I got a plan. I've got a whole map of their compound somehow. I don't know how she she staked the whole thing out. I guess I don't know how she figured that out. And then she's recruiting all these women for different reasons. So like because the boy was the nephew of the singer in the club, so that was her motivation. And this other woman, she was a model. She used to be a drug addict who got drugs from the guy that the kid hit over the head. So like again, mind you, I gotta remind you, kid was like no more than 13 years old. He beat a whole ass man, knocked him out, stole his drugs. Like that's just embarrassing. Like I shouldn't say that, but like I would just like I would like not show myself in public. I mean, if I was a drug dealer, I probably wouldn't show myself in public anyway. I don't want to have like a reputation. People like.
And on top of that, he was able to be defeated though with like a kick in the ribs, and that's it. So
that's true. But yeah, but so like I guess it's like a wash. But so that's her motivation. Then you got the ex drug addict. Her motivation is he was a drug pusher that got me addicted, and I don't want him to get anyone else addicted. And then you got a female cop who isn't like treated very like respectfully by her male chief. I don't know what you call him because she's not taken seriously because she's a woman cop or whatever. So she's in on it. She does quite a bit to help the logistics of things. Because again, she's an actual police officer, not some random school teacher just decided one day to make a map and figure out they're gonna bomb the place and shoot it up. Again, I gotta emphasize, at this point in time, law enforcement has never even been a notion to consult in this matter. It's not even a case of like, oh, we asked them, they said no, I guess we got to take matters. No. It was like, we're taking matters in our own hand, and then later we might ask for permission. Like,
well, that's the best way to do it.
It is the best way. I guess like
forgiveness later.
Exactly. Exactly. Commit crimes, serious crimes, violent crimes, and then ask for permission. Because hey, I was just bombing a drug compound. When are you gonna do it? I'm a good guy, right? I can do whatever I want.
On it.
Huh?
That's how I've always done it. Every time I've blown up a drug operation, And
so here's like a few other women. I forget. Oh yeah, there's stereotypical Asian woman who literally teaches karate to kids and carries a sword everywhere with her for some reason. I don't know. Even when she's teaching kids karate, is it safe to have a real sword around children? Like making all kinds of noises and swinging it around like.
Oh, and I just realized too, and this is like totally coincidental, to celebrate the fact that we are talking about a movie that's anti-drug. I'm wearing my Dare shirt.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Anti-drug. Yeah. And so there's I forgot her motivation. But what was her motivation for the project? Well, I forgot what that was.
Some of the kids that she was teaching karate to were.
They're also getting drugs for this guy.
Yes.
Wow, this guy's like got the whole like school of kids addicted to whatever it is, and then there's a black woman who's like a really star like not just mechanic, like she can like build like build shit inside of car. Like, she puts a computer inside the van. And all this.
She's like a Hollywood stunt woman.
That's right. But what was her motivation? I forgot what even her. If she even had one, or she just decided to go along with it, or
I don't know. Maybe it was like she's a stunt woman. She'll help us out. I don't know.
So she's like not just like a mechanic. Like she literally built TV in the 1979 van, a computer basically, in like 12 hours or something like that. And anyway, what else happens? I know that the militia comes in at one point.
So I mean, their first thing is that they need to get like the weapons that they need. And so they realize that this right wing militia has the weapons that they need, and they're trying to figure out a way to get into that. And one of the women poses as like this rich woman who's going to donate money to the to this group, which is called what was it like?
American Rights.
American Right or something. Yeah. They
like they're gonna do American Right, and
yes, and and the leader of this group is played by Jim Backus.
Sure,
Mr. Howell.
Why not?
Yeah,
Let's
Mr.
go.
Howell. But I like to point out the fact is that he's a really great actor, but sadly his whole career got boiled down to the fact that he was on Gilligan's Island and he was the voice of Mr. Magoo.
I know.
But like,
Yeah.
if you watch Rebel Without a Cause from 1955, he plays James Dean's dad in that with one of the most heartbreaking performances I've ever seen in a movie. So yeah,
it is very sad when you get. It's kind of like the guy who played Ernest.
Yeah,
You know, wasn't he like?
No, he was like a Shakespearean trained actor. So.
I was saying, and then you know, then his whole career is like, ooh, and it's just like, oh, it's just so sad.
I mean, he also was the original Slinky Dog in Toy Story, and then he did other things.
Well,
so yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
But
do you know the character of Ernest actually started off as like a commercial or some shit?
it was like a dairy commercial. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. He's just like hanging out, like stalking his neighbors, essentially, like going up to their windows, like telling them about dairy products. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here! Like, what are you talking?
No, that's what the whole thing is. He ended up advertising a bunch of different things. I remember in the early '80s and mid '80s and stuff like that, Ernest was like a spokesperson for like tons of different products. Like before he got his own like movies and TV show and stuff. Yeah, I watched a documentary about him recently. So yeah, because I'm weird. But anyway, so Jim Backus plays this like bumbling, leader of this white supremacist group, and she comes there and she brings the black girl with her as her like chauffeur, and so we have like some racist things there where they don't want her in there and stuff like that, but she ends up later.
Hand either, but then she shakes his hand, like breaks his hand basically.
But I do like the fact that they have her end up, she like smashes his hand, and like when she, does that, and then later on she's like taking out these guys too, like when not to dinner or anything, but taking them out like back.
I mean, it would have been nice for her to do so after.
Yeah. Before you shoot somebody or something, you got to take them out to dinner. It's just common courtesy.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact though that what they just did was committing a serious violent crime, because technically they didn't commit any crimes. They're allowed to live on their land. They're allowed to have ammunition. They have not committed any violence that we know of. So technically, what these women just did was commit a serious
stealing and harming these guys. I mean, sure, you don't agree with what they're saying, and I'm not saying that it's good to be a white supremacist. I'm just saying that it's like, I don't know if, legally they didn't do anything wrong, because you have, the First Amendment and the right to think how you want and shit.
They didn't even act like, not like American History X, where like they acted like all of them act like bumbling fools. Like they weren't even like intimidating or anything like that. So it wasn't something like you're watching like in The Believer or American History X. Or
this wasn't like David Duke and his people,
No, it's like that. This is like a bunch of like just idiots.
This is like Three Stooges, as white supremacists, basically.
And so they commit a violent crime, borderline terrorist. Well, it's not terrorist because it wasn't ideology based. It was just violent. So they commit a violent crime so they can gather ammunition and guns. So then they can commit another violent crime.
They needed to get the guns somehow. So I guess it's better that they stole from white supremacists instead of like the Black Panthers or something.
Well, yeah, don't do that. Obviously, don't steal stuff like no. They need all the guns. Obviously, like be real here. No, I'm serious. I'm not joking. Like the only reason, like Ronald Reagan only put in gun control in California because the Black Panthers were arming themselves, like nationalist group. It's like, oh no, we can't do that. Now we need gun control. And it's like, but the ironic thing is that the Black Panthers and all the other Black nationalist groups were way more disciplined with their guns. They never attacked anyone. They were fighting. Yeah. So if anything, they were the ones that like everyone talks like the good man with the gun. That was actually them, because they didn't use it as like an intimidation tactic or like pretending to fire at someone or shoot in the air or whatever. But yeah, so don't take the guns from them. Obviously, take them from the American rights or whatever their fucking name was. But still, it's a crime, a violent crime. I think people may have been killed, so now murder's in the mix. And we now got to do that to commit another violent crime but that we feel morally justified for doing so. Mind you, at one point, law enforcement is finally consulted, but only after I think they did the not. I mean, the right wing militia thing.
Yeah, I mean, they the cop who's involved, she kind of reports to this boss of hers who's like a misogynist piece of shit. But
Right.
the
It's always like in this weird dark room too. It's like, what do you work to?
I didn't understand that.
You just work like in this like tiny little dark office.
Just the copy that we had or what, but everything was pretty dark in general. In this movie.
It is. I had to turn up the brightness on my phone, and even then it wasn't that bright, because I usually never have my phone up all the way bright. My eyes are very sensitive to that stuff. But yeah, but then again, like you said, I found this on YouTube. I didn't even know it was on like other things like Tubi or whatnot. I saw it on YouTube. Like, okay, I know Tubi is notorious. I mean, we did Chick Boxer, from that. Tubi, the Tubi is notorious now.
Yeah, I don't know which version is on Tubi because I started watching the original version on another streaming outlet I have that's not necessarily legal. Anyway, so the
hey, it's no judgment.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything like that at all. The Flash original series 1990. Anyway, nothing like that at all. Technically, it's okay because I had the Blu-ray. And then, but the Blu-ray player broke, and I never got another one. So technically, I'm in the clear with that one. So it's all good.
I do not own a copy of this movie.
Well, there you go. There you go. They're gonna come after you. The Angels Revenge makers. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you took never mind the fact that it's on YouTube for free." And by free, I don't mean YouTube.
It's also, the only other place streaming is Tubi for free as well. So it's like
right. I wouldn't be surprised they put it on Flex at one point, but anyway.
Then again, I love Tubi. Tubi is a great place to watch movies. Tubi is great, even though it's owned by Fox, but it's great, and it's
so many movies that we have reviewed have come from Tubi.
And you can find great movies like Pi Day Die Day on there. I highly recommend that movie. For no reason whatsoever. It has nothing to do with the fact that I directed it and Sesame appears in it, but it's
scene, and I do some of the music. Actually, I do a lot of
so
is it still on Prime, or they take it off Prime, or Amazon Video?
I don't know if you might be able to rent it there, but yeah, no, it's on Tubi for free. So yeah,
awesome.
But anyways, back to the movie. They So we got this high schooler that joins them too after things go on that is like a friend of a former student of the teacher and shit. And she keeps wanting to do things, but she ends up getting regulated to be like the girl waiting by the phone.
A kid. I mean, she's like 14 or some shit. I mean, obviously, no.
I would want her, but eventually she ends up saving the day in the end. So it's all
cool. So they miss. They miss what's the word? They whatever. Not misunderstood.
Misjudged her.
Misjudged her. I don't know why I couldn't think that. Anyway, I need to start taking Prevagen.
Underestimated her, maybe. Yeah.
There you go. That's the one. Underestimated. Thank you.
Misestimated her.
I'm not sure if that's the word or not.
It's not.
Like a Trump word. Misestimated. I misestimated Iran's. And now I gotta pay the price.
I just said,
I don't know, whatever.
That's a pretty good Trump.
Oh, thank you.
I saw today when we recorded this that he was talking about, because Spirit Airlines went out of business, that he's saying, they had the chance to merge with I think it was like the People's Airline or something like that, which went out of business in the late 80s before Spirit was even created.
They're gonna bring it back, man.
He says Obama stopped them from merging together, which they couldn't have merged together because the one ceased operations before the other one even started. So, and it was in the 80s too, long before Obama was even thinking of becoming president. It's like, what the?
Yeah. Quick little side point here. So remember joystick? You're talking about joy. What was it called? Joystick?
Yeah.
So I did a calculator. So joysticks made 13.17 times the amount the movie actually cost. So That's pretty good.
That's a good return.
I would say that's pretty good.
I can't find what this movie cost or how much it made.
I don't know. There's not much you could find on this thing. Just like,
I mean, this from what I understand was like one of those movies that they played at drive-ins. You know, it was like
it's like one of those, where it's like you get to see multiple.
Yeah, it's like their like a grindhouse type of film.
Yeah, you know, all that.
And this was obviously trying to be a cheap knockoff of Charlie's Angels, which was hot on TV shortly before this.
It's a little bit different, but like the fact they even called it Angels and Revenge, and you know the missions that they go on, you know, etc., which is basically the whole like.
And I wonder if that was like an afterthought too, because they changed it to Angels Revenge and Angels Brigade,
right,
from the Seven from Heaven. So yeah,
because Seven from Heaven, it's not a really. I mean, it's a cool name, but it doesn't really show what it's actually about, right? And so it's not. I mean, back then people had, I guess, they had better attention span, so I guess maybe you could get away with it. Nowadays, you can't. If you can't get someone hooked in like 2 seconds, like you know. So back then.
And I forgot to mention too, earlier on in the movie, we did have Alan Hale Jr. from Gilligan's Island, who was the manager of the singing Seven chick. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
She was decent.
That song was not pretty bad. It was actually it was decent. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the what was it? I'm trying to think. The one where it was like the guy's like, I know how to be a master. Like he was like,
oh yeah, the apple.
The apple. It kind of reminded me of the song that she sings a song called Speed or something like that.
Yeah.
She sings another one too, but it sounded like one of those songs that was like written for a movie, kind of like one of those, you know. But you know, it's decent. I think this movie is actually not. I mean, it's bad, but like it's still entertaining. Like it's not like one of those bad movies like Chick Boxer where like literally nothing.
See,
like there are 5 minutes of tying your shoes. Like literally, I'm not joking. Like the first 5 minutes of Chick Boxer is her tying her shoes.
Yeah. So my thing with this is like this would be a good candidate for a movie to be remade.
Yeah.
In modern times, you know, a lot of times the thing I hate about remakes is most of the time they'll take a good movie and remake it.
Yeah.
Take a bad movie and remake it and make it better.
Make it good. Yeah, exactly.
Why don't studios do that more? I mean, I guess they think because the first one failed, they, you know, probably won't have the ability to. Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, it could have just been they could have made it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You know, other variables, you know, that played, you know, a part into it. And plus, too,
I'm just saying the thinking of the studios is probably like, plus, you know, not too many people know about a lot of these movies that failed. So, you know.
Then again, that would be fine then because they'll come in with fresh eyes, be like, oh, it's pretty interesting. You know, they make a decent trailer or whatever.
And I mean, but the thing is, like, you did have, like, you know, Tarantino for years taking these type of movies and having them influence his movies and kind of remixing the sort of thing. As much as I don't like Tarantino as a human being, but I do like his movies. He's a genius. So it's like, So
and really pretty good. I mean, like Kill Bill. You know, obviously those two movies are great.
Inglourious Basterds is
really great movie. I was a big defender of that movie, even when it got highly criticized because what was the word? I remember people saying it was like revenge porn. Like, yeah, exactly.
That was the point of it.
That's literally that's the point of the movie. You got it.
That's the point of it. It's you know,
it's like a Jewish revenge film, essentially, like a what if scenario, which is fine. You know, I'm fine with it as long as it's equal. There's certain things, but I'm not going to get into that. But what I mean by that, but you know, it's like,
and it's revisionist history, like a revisionist history too, like, or whatever you want to call it, like
a good revisionist history, not like the white supremacist version.
And the same thing Hollywood Man too. He did a revision on that too. So can't wait for the sequel to Hollywood, not Hollywoodland. I mean, what was that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There
we go.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I can't wait. The sequel's coming out soon. He has no. He wrote it, but he's not directing it. David Fincher's directing it.
Okay.
And Fincher is my favorite director, so I can't wait to see that. So, yeah. Anyways, back to this movie. So we get to the point. You know, they end up. You know, we we had them, we started out where they were blowing up the bad guys and shit. And then after that, they thought they were, clean to go and everything was fine. And they ended up, before that, they had the shipment too that they had to get to of the drugs that were coming in.
Oh, that was a dumb scene.
Yeah, it was a dumb scene where they're on a beach and they're waiting for this boat to come in, and they end up like, sexually harassing these two men, and
the drugs were inside the buoy, I think.
Yeah,
right? That was going on.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they sexually by the way, the restraint on that guy number one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, he's got one woman, no thank you. Two women, no thank you. Three women, no thank you. All six is finally when he caves in. What the fuck, dude? Like,
I mean, I'd have been like the first one, but that's just me. But anyway, so
when you have that, like at some point, but he's like, he did not break. Apparently that job was so important to him of getting the drugs. I don't know, maybe he was paid handsomely for it. He's like, well, I'm only gonna have sex here probably for a few minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be great and all, but if I get all this money, then I can probably have all the sex I want. So, it's like probably thinking long term.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gotta have a long term, like retirement in here or something.
A good businessman always thinks the long game. Yes.
So
anyone really, person, a good businesswoman, gotta think the long game.
Yes. The long game or the short game, depending on what he has. But anyway, so the
true that. Hey, you can't help it. I mean,
so the so anyways, that happened earlier. But they blow up this bad guys shit, and then they have they think they're all good, and then somehow the teacher gets kidnapped by they kidnapped the guy who from the beginning of the movie who got hit in the head with a bottle.
Oh yeah, they got information out of him. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they tortured him for information.
So another human rights.
I mean, all these things that I mean, sure, these people are bad guys, and I mean, this is like in a movie. I mean, anything, that. I mean, again, this is the time of like movies like Death Wish and shit like that too. Yeah. It's not like so it's. It's just different because it's like 7 women instead of 1 dude, but and plus today even we have John Wick and shit. So and Taken and whatnot. So they torture information out of him, and then but eventually the teacher gets kidnapped, and they're like torturing her by like dunking her in a pool
by tying something to her leg. Like I think it was one of those buoys, so it's almost like like, hey, you stole our drugs. Now we're gonna use the same device to drown you. It's like, whoa, it's kind of personal, dude. Like, and
is the big bad guy, was that Peter Lawford? I think so.
I don't know. I know that so there's the whole thing where the boss of the idiot that got robbed by the kid and then kicked him one time and quote that was a brutal beating.
Yeah, I think that was Peter Lawford. I just looked at a photo of him and I think that was him. Yeah.
He's the boss of that boss. And he lives in a house that is like supposed to be like an Islamic like style housing. Like at one point there's like a crescent, and like even like the style of the home looks like you would see like something like Aladdin or some shit. I don't even know what that was all about, but okay. And then maybe it was just his personal taste. I don't know. And he's got this dog called Baby, which I'm gonna use as a meme because in the Chair Company with starring Tim Robinson, at one point he gets a dog and names her Baby. So somehow I'm gonna try to fit that into a meme. I don't know how. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but I'm not. But he's got Baby. Baby's a very cute Rottweiler dog, or not Rott. Well, yeah, I think it was a Rottweiler, and he's all about like control. He's like snarling and barking really nasty at the one guy, then he throws her a little treat, and he's like, you see, life's all about control. Baby loves me, but you never know. If I even lose a little bit of control of her, she can tear me to pieces. Like, okay, weird conversation. The half boss, like, can I get out of here?
I think it's
seeing your boss for like an interview or a meeting. He just starts talking like that. You're like, cool.
It's also interesting too because Peter Lawford was John F. Kennedy's brother-in-law.
Oh, really? Okay, that's
Yeah, he was married to Patricia Kennedy for like looks like 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from 54 to 66.
Okay.
Then he was he was also a member of the Rat Pack.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was really good friends with Marilyn Monroe, like her best friend. Yeah, and supposedly may have helped cover up her possible murder, but she actually overdosed. But there's conspiracies.
Oh, of course, there's always conspiracy. Yeah.
that he helped cover up the fact that Bobby Kennedy and Jack Kennedy killed her. But
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that was one of the conspiracy. I listened to this podcast about conspiracy theories about Marilyn Monroe's death, and that was one of them.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. So, anyways, they're at the place and teacher's bobbing in the water, and
they're taking her sweet ass time to get to her. By the way,
yeah,
they're just like, hey man, like she's drowning and shit, but like, yeah,
we got to stop and do this first.
we got to do all this other shit first. Like they're like sacrificing her to get to the bag. They're like, fuck her. This is the project is what's most important. Plus poetic justice. This is her project. Technically, we're honoring her by. But
it would have been funny if they just had like all these scenes. Like, yeah, let's go to the store too, and then we'll go to I got to go pick up my dry cleaning.
Yeah, I gotta go. Like it's just like, oh my god. So I'm still kind of confused. So what? Baby did actually kill one of the guys. Was it the main guy or was it the second tier boss?
It was a second tier boss. It was Jack Palance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. It was because they kind of look alike here and there a little bit, and so I was trying to remember.
It's funny that Jack Palance's character is Mike Farrell, which is also the name of the actor from MASH.
That is interesting. I wonder if they did that on purpose as well.
Yeah.
Like, so Baby kills, she gets her nice little meal or whatever treat of killing the guy. I guess I don't know. They just let it happen too. By the way, so like now we got like serious crimes going on. They handcuff the guy. They lock him into a room.
Yeah.
And then Baby kills a man who's handcuffed. He can't even defend himself.
I mean, that's a humane way to do things,
right?
right?
Women are very brutal. They're committing like crimes left and right, and they're like, "We're morally justified. It's okay." It's like, yeah, maybe you're morally justified, but you're still committing crimes.
The good thing is, there's no animals were harmed in the making of this film, so that at least happened.
The guy was probably bit him in real life, knowing like the union rules of the movie probably were non-existent. So he probably bit his hand or some shit.
Yeah.
He's like, God damn it.
Jack Palance was almost killed on the set, and I'm just
I wouldn't doubt it. The way this movie looks like it would seem like very made on like a shoestring budget, very very loose in the rules. Like that's how Star Wars was made. I mean, George Lucas didn't give a shit about the union rights. At the same time, though, would we even get Star Wars had he done it? So it's like one of those kind of things of like, are you passionate, bro? Because we can make something great. You can make me lots of money, and you get a little bit, but yeah, and I get to become rich. You get to watch 9 Star Wars films over a period of 40-something years, and like 17,000 TV shows. Make you happy? No, it doesn't. Joe, I don't know why I got into that.
Well, I think the film was actually made with union people, and
but he was like
he said "fuck you" to the directors union.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't think he was anti-union. He just didn't want to be part of the directors union for personal reasons. There were some other things because I think it broke down to the main fact that I think somebody didn't get credit for being a director by the union.
Oh, I see.
And if I remember correctly, I mean, I have issues with George Lucas, but I don't think that was a big thing. But he was also not a great director, and he treated the cast like shit when he directed. So that's another. He didn't know how to deal with people. He understood story, but he didn't understand how to talk to humans.
Right. I mean, the director of this movie looks like he just let the actors do whatever they wanted. So,
So it's also funny to think that this movie came out 2 years after Star
Wars. Exactly, after Star Wars came out. Yeah. Does Star Wars even have a big budget or not? Like the first one.
It was like
Let me look it up really quick. Star Wars.
it was a decent budget.
Oh, it was okay. So he did secure funding.
Yeah, well, the first movie was funded by Fox. The second one, what's that?
$11 million. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the second one was like $30 million, and that he financed himself because he wanted to retain the rights to it. Because if Fox had to pay a certain amount of money, they would have retained the rights to all of Star Wars. And he made a really good, in a hindsight, business decision early on where he had merchandising and TV rights and all this other stuff, and Fox just distributed the movie. So
I mean, that's how we got the glorious Star Wars holiday special from all the TV rights. And
oh yeah, the best thing made.
So here's the turnaround. So $11 million budget, and it made $775.4 million. 1977 money.
Yeah, at the time, it's still in like the top 10, I think, movies of all time or something, or at least the top 20.
I'm trying to do a thing with the calculator, but it's not letting me do it. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah. Anyways, we'll go back to it. Sorry, I'm getting you off topic.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Angels Revenge, which I can't find the budget for.
It's fine.
Yeah. So at the end, we have a situation where basically the teenage girl saves the day by she gets shot too, but
exactly.
She's like the only girls that gets shot, I think. So.
It's like she's like the teenager student. She's the one that gets shot.
Yeah.
But she saves the day and she like almost dies of blood loss. But it's great.
Yeah, but then she like shoots the big bad guy, and he falls into the pool, and I assume dies because they kind of end the movie shortly after that. So
I hope they're not gonna do a sequel. I doubt they will at this point. But like
to this movie.
I hope they don't make a sequel to this. Everything's a sequel these days. I'm hoping they're not. But hey, man, remember Angels Revenge? Well, like, we need to do.
Do you want to bring back the original cast?
They can play like mentor roles. Yeah, they can do that if they're still alive. They can. Hey, I was one of the women.
Most of the women in this movie are in their 80s or 70s, so
it doesn't matter. They can still be.
I know. I'm just saying.
Still be mentors and be like, hey, man, don't commit these type of crime. You can commit other crimes, but not this. Yeah. Exact crime. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think a good remake of this would be good. Yeah. I don't know what any other like thoughts about this movie?
No, not really. No.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say. I kind of like, I'm looking through the trivia, and the trivia is not even entertaining.
No, it's not. Like,
yeah,
it's like, yeah.
Anyways, folks, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to go to all2real2.com and follow all of our social media, which are linked there. You can check out our TeePublic there, where you can get some merch. Go to our Patreon and help support the show. It's the best way to help support us. Also, you can just share the show with your friends. That's a good way to do it. You can create a whole revenge plot and, blow up some drug dealers' houses. And while you're doing it, don't kill the drug dealers. Just give them flyers that say, listen to All Too Real 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
That's like their penance. Yeah.
And, drugs are bad. Just, that, trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Free Palestine. Fuck ICE. And just, remember that I love you. Like I said, drugs are bad, but blowing up people for them, I don't know. That's just not necessary. That's a little overreacting. And, Sesame loves you.
Yeah.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.